Good morning, children. How are you all? Hope you are all doing well. So, in our previous session, we learned about the Himalayas, right? In the previous session, we learned about the importance of the Himalayas, and we also learned the different parts of the Himalayas, that is the Greater Himalayas, the Middle or Lesser Himalayas, and the Lower Himalayas. And in the importance of the Himalayas, we have learned that they form a natural barrier against the cold winds, against the rain bearing winds, against the foreign invasions, all this. Isn't it, children? Okay. And today we will be learning about the life in the Himalayas. We'll be learning about the life in the Himalayas. Children, we know that Himalayas are snow-capped mountains, right? So when we go to the greater Himalayas, people cannot live, animals cannot live, okay, even plants cannot grow. But when you come to middle or lower lesser Himalayas, you can see some plants growing. But when you come to the lower Himalayas, where you see maximum the hills, there you could see villages, you could see people living. Okay, so now we will learn about the different states that come under the Himalayas. Okay, children. So the first state that we'll be learning about is Jammu Kashmir. Children, here I showed you Jammu Kashmir because Jammu Kashmir is divided into two union territories, but they come under Himalayas. That means they lie under the northern mountains. Okay, children, the reason northern mountains. Okay, Jammu Kashmir is divided into two union territories. One is Jammu and Kashmir, other one is Ladakh. Jammu and Kashmir, the other one is Ladakh. Children, you know, Jammu Kashmir is very beautiful. I mean to say, the scenery, the nature that it is very beautiful. That is the reason the Mughal emperor, children, emperor means king. Emperor means king. Because of that, the Mughal emperor Jahangir compared heaven with the Jammu Kashmir. He says Jammu Kashmir is a heaven on earth. It is heaven on earth. That means it looks like heaven, which is very peaceful, very beautiful in nature, the sceneries. It looks like that. To say that the Mughal Emperor Jahangir compares Jammu Kashmir as the heaven on the earth. And there are two important lakes in Jammu Kashmir. Okay, children. So the first lake that I'm showing you is Lake Dal. Lake Dal. Okay. So here you can see Shikara. This boat name is called Shikara. What is it, children? Yes, it is Shikara. It is a flat shaped boat. Shikara is a flat shaped boat which is used to transport goods and also people for multi-purposes, for different purposes. These boats are used. So it is a light, flat bottomed boat. Bottom means, you know, the down part, okay? Flat bottomed boat that is used for transporting goods and also people. And you can also see houseboats in Dal Lake. Children, you know, many tourists visit Jammu Kashmir for its nature, for its scenic beauty. So because of that, you can see houseboats in Dal Lake where tourists visit. You have like a houseboat. It is called houseboat because you'll have most of all the facilities. Okay, so people stay in that overnights. Also, they stay in these houseboats. This houseboat you find in Dal Lake in Jammu Kashmir. And the next lake is Lake Uller. What is it, children? Lake Uller. Very good. It is Lake Uller. Next stage. And here the importance of Jammu Kashmir. Like we say, as I told you before, when you come to lower Himalayas part, people started living because you can find even villages in that because the climate is comfortable for the people to live. It is not like as in the greater Himalayas, isn't it, children? So generally, the tourists when they go there, skiing they do. You know, children, see, it's called skiing on the Gulmarg. That means Gulmarg is a place. So skiing in a Gulmarg. There are also so many temples, children. There are many tourist places in this Jammu Kashmir, and there are also so many temples. Among them, one of the important temple is Vaishno Devi temple. What is it? Vaishno Devi temple. And you also have another temple, that is Amarnath Caves. You might have heard about it, children, right? Amarnath Caves. They believe that this is, you can see Lord Shiva here, right, children? So this ice, snow, every year to see this, they'll go. People visit that place, Amarnath Caves. It's called Amarnath Caves. Okay, in those caves, you can see the shape of Lord Shiva, that is Shivling. And here, people wear Firan and Salwar. Firan is nothing but this long coat, though. You can see here, children, the long coat, even men and women both. Yes, so that is Firan, and Salwar is the pant. And the climate here, it is during summers, it is cold. During the day, it is cold, and nights are pleasant. But during winters, the nights are very cold. So generally, the people in Jammu Kashmir, what they do is the other seasons like summer season and rainy season, they cultivate. Okay, they cultivate crops like rice, maize, all this. But during winter season, they don't go out. Okay, so to protect themselves from the cold, you know, yes, it is very cold in that place. So to protect themselves, they use this pot called kangri. What is it, children? Kangri. So kangri is an earthen pot where you find burning coal. So generally they carry it along with them to keep themselves warm. To keep themselves warm. Even the long coats, you can see, children, these coats. So that is also, it protects them from the cold. And the crops they grow is, you can see, maize, they grow maize, rajma, they grow even rajma, children. Saffron, you know, saffron, this is a flower, children. From these flowers, this is there, no? So they collect this, and saffron is used in cosmetics, it is used. Even people mix it in the milk and drink. They believe that it is good for health or good for skin. Okay, so even it is used in the cosmetics. Maximum it is used for cosmetics and drinking, mixing with the milk, so that it gives the skin beauty to the skin. And so during summer season and rainy season, as I told you, they cultivate crops. But during winter season, people cannot go out, no? So they make handicrafts. Handicrafts are nothing but making with the hand. The things that they make with the hand are called handicrafts. They make carpets. They make other materials also. You can see here. See, these are the pots, jars that they made. And see, this is also their artwork, hardwood with wood. And you can see here the bags, shawls, all these things they make during winter season, because during winter season they cannot go out of their houses. So during summer season and rainy season they cultivate, but during winter season they stay at home and make the handicrafts. The next state that we learn about the life in the Himalayas is Himachal Pradesh. So children, we learned, look at this map, children. So we learned about Jammu Kashmir, and now we are learning about Himachal Pradesh. Himachal Pradesh. You remember, children, last time when I was telling you about in the last session, I was talking about memorizing the map, like you visualize the map. So you see Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh. Okay, that should be the order so you can follow, and then it will be easy for you to remember. Okay, now let's talk about Himachal Pradesh. So children, Himachal Pradesh is covered with the snow-capped mountains. Himachal Pradesh is covered with the snow-capped mountains, and here the summers and very cold in winter. Summers are okay, fine, pleasant, cool, but winters are very cold because snow-capped mountains you find in Himachal Pradesh. And you find orchids. Orchids means, generally if you see a flower garden, we call it flower garden, right? So orchids means where they grow fruits, where they cultivate fruits. Okay, the fruit gardens are called orchids. Okay, so in Himachal Pradesh we generally find orchids and beautiful meadows. Meadows is this greenery. Okay, beautiful meadows. Meadows means greenery. It's very beautiful in Himachal Pradesh. And they cultivate barley. You know, children, barley you can see here. They make some java with that, and then they drink because it is very good, nutritious food it is. So generally they make, even nowadays you can see in some biscuits also, children, with barley they make the biscuit, right? Yeah. So barley is very good for health. And they also cultivate rice, maize. And the other one is, other occupation of these people living in Himachal Pradesh is growing or rearing the domestic animals, that are goats and sheep. Okay, sheep is used for wool. Look at the fur, children, on the body. So this is used for wool, making wool. And the goats that grow in that place. So here, this is the dressing of Himachal Pradesh. That is traditional dress of Himachal Pradesh. This is the traditional dress of Himachal Pradesh. I mean, people living in Himachal Pradesh. Next state, that is, what is this state, children? Uttarakhand. You know, Uttarakhand is called Dev Bhumi. That means land of gods. Uttarakhand is called Dev Bhumi, or land of gods. See, because we see so many temples, so many pilgrimage centers in Uttarakhand. That's why it's called land of God. Some popular hill stations, you know, like in the previous session, I was explaining to you that during summer season, we generally, from the plains and plateau regions, people visit hill stations to escape from the heat of the sun. Yes. So Nainital, Mussoorie, Ranikhet, these are some popular hill stations. But we have some religious places. As I told you, Uttarakhand is known as Dev Bhumi. So some religious places, Haridwar, Rishikesh, Badrinath, Kedarnath, Gangotri, Yamunotri, and Hemkund Sahib. These are some of the religious places. Religious places means where you find temples. So people visit for pilgrimage. Okay. So like Haridwar, Rishikesh, Badrinath, Kedarnath, Gangotri, Yamunotri, Hemkund Sahib, all these are the religious places of Uttarakhand. That's why Uttarakhand is called as Dev Bhumi, or land of gods. Sorry. This is the traditional dress of Uttarakhand. That is the people wear. And the next states that we learn here is Sikkim. Sikkim, we are learning about Sikkim, children. And also, this is Sikkim. Okay. And Himachal Pradesh. We are learning about Sikkim and Himachal Pradesh. Okay. Sorry, Sikkim and West Bengal. Sikkim and West Bengal. This is Sikkim, children. Okay, this is Sikkim. And this is West Bengal. Okay, this is West Bengal till here. All this area is West Bengal. So here we are going to learn about these two states, that is Sikkim and West Bengal. So in Sikkim and West Bengal, we generally find the Himalayan black bear. We generally find the Himalayan black bear, and we also find red panda. We also find red panda. That is, these are the two animals that you generally find, like mostly you find, because of the climate, or because of its location of area. Okay, what is the capital of Sikkim, children? It's Gangtok. It is Gangtok. And how about West Bengal? Kolkata. The capital of West Bengal is Kolkata. So here also people grow orchids, because high on the mountains they grow orchids. And even tea is cultivated. Tea is cultivated. Tea gardens. Okay, tea gardens are cultivated here. And now we are going to learn about seven sisters. Seven sisters. What are these seven sisters? Why am I showing you the states and telling you they are seven sisters? Children, the northeastern states. The northeastern states are called seven sisters of India. These are the northeastern states. That is Arunachal Pradesh, the capital is Itanagar. Assam, Dispur. Nagaland, Kohima. Manipur, Imphal. Mizoram, Aizawl. Tripura, Agartala. And Meghalaya, Shillong, Assam, Dispur. These are the seven sisters of India. The northeastern states are called the seven sisters of India. Okay, here generally people cultivate maize, wheat, all this. And then we have different the Nagas here, children. Nagas means people who live in Nagaland are called Nagas. Okay, so the Nagas here make some designs like artificial things, and where you have sorry, so Meghalaya, where we have Shillong is there, it's the capital. The climate is also very cool. And these seven sisters of India, they are very beautiful in nature. Nature in a sense, I mean to say scenic beauty. Okay. And they make so many beautiful items with bamboo sticks because the climate is very cold. They cannot always stay out, or they cannot roam around out as we move around here. So these people, when the climate is suitable for them to go out of the houses, they go out and cultivate, remaining all the time. That's why if you have observed, these people are mostly cultivating like maize, dal, rajma, all these things. That means they dry these things because every time like fresh they cannot cultivate. Only during rainy season and summer season they can cultivate, whereas during winter season they cannot come out. And when it is too cold, even the crops will not grow. So because of that, during that time they need to eat the food, right? So what they do is the things that they cultivate during the other seasons like summer and rainy season, they store that. They dry those grains. It may be rajma, it may be maize, it may be jowar, it may be barley, anything that they grow. They mostly grow this kind of dals and pulses. Okay, so those things they dry and they store it for the winter session, even winter season. And if you see northeastern states, they generally construct the houses. These are, what are these, children? Have you seen? These are called stilt houses. These are called stilt houses. So when you have the four pillars down, and then they construct the house on the top, but the rooftop will be always sloping. It is because it is mostly earthquake prone areas and floods. So to protect themselves during earthquakes, if it is a construction, like if it is like our apartments or buildings, what happens? If it breaks or it when the earth moves, earthquake moves for a second, earth moves wide, like it divides itself and comes back. So that is earthquake. So at that time what happens is our constructions like our buildings built with the concrete, when they collapse they destroy so many people. So a lot of property will be wasted, so many people will also lose their lives. So because of that, to avoid those things, they construct these tilt houses. And mostly flooded areas they are, because they have so many this Brahmaputra river flows through them. So and they even have the river Ganga flows through them. So because of those things what they do is mostly it will be flooded. So that's why they build the stilt houses. So even though there are floods, what happens? Water doesn't go inside the house, it goes below this. That's why stilt houses are constructed. One thing is to protect themselves from the wild animals, from the earthquakes, and also to protect, to avoid the loss of property and the lives of the people. Okay, children? Good. These are the stilt houses. You can see down, like it is like our cellar, right? In the apartments, we have cellar. On the top, we'll be having the construction, but cellar will be open. But like that, here it is constructed on the pillars, so that whether it is a water or even if it is an earthquake, it is made with this, not like a concrete. What happens? It will not damage much. Even if it damages, it will not, property may be having a damage or loss, but people will not lose their lives. Many people will not lose. So because of that, they construct the stilt houses. Okay, children. So this is about the life in the Himalayas. As a whole, if you take from Jammu Kashmir till all these areas, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Tripura, among all these states, the northern mountains, wherever it lies, the northern mountains, the life is more or less same. So if you have observed people, you might have seen them wearing thick clothes. Yes, thick clothes, so that they can protect themselves from the cold. And the other thing is cultivating the grains like maize, barley, rajma, these kind of things they cultivate, so that they can dry them and they can use during winter season also. Okay. And construction of the houses, you can see the climate also, may they have many hill stations, very beautiful meadows, valleys they have. Okay, so now we are going to learn about the marking of a map. So children, here you will keep the heading, the northern mountains. Okay, so the northern mountains you will keep here, children. I'll just showing you, actually along with your worksheets I'll be posting you even a map. Okay, these are the northern mountains. And first we will mark all the states that come under northern mountains, children. Okay, so the first state, Jammu and Kashmir. When you are marking Jammu and Kashmir, you divide Jammu Kashmir like this, children. So here this is Ladakh. Okay, this part is Ladakh and this is Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, these are the two union territories. And just below that, if you come, even while marking, children, you remember like this so that it will be easy. Okay, so just below that you have Himachal Pradesh. You have Himachal Pradesh. This is Himachal Pradesh, children. And just come little more, if you come, this is Uttarakhand. This is Uttarakhand. It was also called Uttaranchal, but now it is called as Uttarakhand. Then after that, you will mark Sikkim. Even West Bengal comes under, West Bengal also comes under northern mountains. Still here, children, West Bengal's shape, I told you even in your previous session, right? The shape of West Bengal. And then you mark Arunachal Pradesh. This is Arunachal Pradesh. Still here is Arunachal Pradesh. Then you have Assam. All this part is Assam. Even here is Assam, children. This is also Assam. But when you are marking, if in case in your maps, if it is not divided, this Meghalaya, Assam and West Bengal, what you do is from Meghalaya, you can see this is Meghalaya, children. So from Meghalaya, this end part, just to draw a line like this. So that to the left of this line, it will be West Bengal. To the right of this line, it will be Assam. Okay. So after marking Arunachal Pradesh, we mark Assam and then mark Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura, Meghalaya. So all these states, you will name the states, but color with the brown color. Color with the brown color, because these are mountains. Our lesson is northern mountains, no children. So name it with the pencil, you write the name. Even in the lesson, what you do is, in the lesson, you just mention northern mountains. You don't need to mention the states, children. Okay, don't need to mention the names. Okay, names of the state don't mention. Just legend you write here, legend you can write here, legend, and then you will put number 1 and write with the box, rectangular box, don't forget the rectangular box, and write the northern mountains. Okay, after writing the northern mountains, and then you will mark all the states first. Now Sikkim is place is not enough, no children. For other states place is enough, but here place is not enough for these states also. So wherever the place is not enough, what you do is from inside, look at my cursor, children. From inside the state, draw an arrow. From inside the state, draw an arrow. From inside, not from the border. From inside, draw an arrow. And your name should be touching to this arrow. So the arrow, one edge should be touching to the state. The other edge should be touching to the label. That means name of it. Okay. You please don't write arrow somewhere and then your name somewhere. No, it should be touching to this arrow. Okay, children. So this is the way you should mark. Even Tripura place is also not enough, no children. So for Tripura also what we do, we just draw an arrow and write the name here, Tripura. But remember, all these states first you are coloring with the brown color. Okay, coloring with the brown color. Other than this, we also learned in this lesson about the highest mountains, right? That is the Mount Everest we learned. We learned about Mount Kanchenjunga. We learned about Mount K2 or Godwin Austen, right children? Okay, sorry. So now first we will mark Mount Everest. We will mark Mount Everest. So when you are marking Mount Everest, so this is Sikkim, children. So your second one will be in the lesson. The first one is the northern mountains, isn't it? So we marked all the states, colored, labeled them and colored them in brown. Okay. And after that, second one will be Mount Everest. So in the legend, you will write Mount Everest. So Mount Everest, where you should mark is, children, this is Nepal. Okay. And this Nepal, we are not marking exactly, children, approximately we are marking. Okay, approximately we are marking. So this is Sikkim, right? This is Nepal. So just here, put a triangular shape with your normal pencil, with your regular pencil. Okay, but this is also a mountain, right? So after putting this triangular shape, draw an arrow and write Mount Everest. For Mount Everest, children, we no need to mention full mount. So we just mention like MT and then put a dot and you can write Mount Everest. Okay, you can just mention Everest. Okay, so this is a triangular shape. This is Mount Everest. Don't worry, children, because this is only here I'm explaining you, but along with your worksheet, I'll forward you the map. So here it is only for making you to understand I'm drawing it. So it may not, you may feel confused. Now after seeing all these lines in red, you may think, what should we write? So don't worry about this. Don't panic yourself. I'll post a map to you so that you can follow, but listen to the instructions here. Okay. So Mount Everest, we have marked. So Mount Everest, where are you marking Mount Everest, children? It will be the second one in your legend, but near Sikkim. This is Sikkim. So remember that. Sikkim and this is Bihar. Okay. So here, that is in the Nepal area, we are marking Mount Everest. Okay, that is your, but this mount, after drawing color, I mean after drawing triangular shape, you will just color with brown color. You will color with the, you will fill it with brown color. Even in the legend also, you will fill with the brown color. Okay, that is the second one. The third one is Mount K2 or Godwin Austen. Mount K2 or Godwin Austen. Where is it? Now come to Jammu Kashmir. So Jammu Kashmir, when you come, you can see this shape here. See, this shape is like this here, and this is, so it looks like something dividing part, right? So here, without touching the border, you just draw a triangle here also. Okay, put an arrow out. Children, if in your map already you have colored with brown, right? The state is colored with brown. If you can't color again, no need to color because already it is colored. Just, but make sure that you draw this triangle with your normal pencil, with your regular pencil, little dark. Okay. And here you can write in the same way again, Mount K2. Mount means empty. You can put just Mount, that is empty dot K2. Okay. This is the third one. So in the legend, the first one will be the northern mountains, where you mark all the seven, all these states, and then color with the brown, label them. That is the first one. Second one will be Mount Everest. This one is Mount Everest, children. This is Mount Everest. The third one is Mount K2. And the last one is Mount Kanchenjunga. Okay, Mount Kanchenjunga. That you can just mark here, children. Kanchenjunga in Sikkim, but don't come out of Sikkim, okay? In Sikkim, you mark a triangular shape and color it with the brown because Sikkim is already colored. So you can just draw a triangle, put an arrow out with the touching, one side should be touching to the arrow, one side of arrow should be touching to this triangle, the other side of arrow should be touching to its name, labeling. Okay, children? So that one. This is Mount Kanchenjunga. Mount Kanchenjunga also, you can just mention empty dot Kanchenjunga. Clear, children? This is about your map marking for the lesson Northern Mountains. And with this, we will end our lesson. So children, this is our last session for this Northern Mountains. So go through all the maps that are provided to you and go through all the slides once again. And so when you are watching the video, or especially the map part, don't forget to mark the directions and follow the instructions as I told you. And I will be posting you a map with a marked map. I'll be posting you, children. So seeing that map, you please take a map neatly in your classwork and use the same color. I mentioned you especially the brown color because we are marking the mountains. Okay, children. Thank you. Have a great day.